Hi everybody, I'm Marcus Bean and I am here at Redford Farm Barns in Shropshire for our Ludlow Food Festival virtual festival this year. As you know, of course, we can't be in the castle this year, which is really disappointing, and we haven't been able to run any events at Ludlow Food Festival. So we've been doing a series of chats with some of our amazing producers who have supported us over the years, and of course that we are really heavily involved with, and we are mainly about wanting to be able to bring a little bit of a festival spirit to you at home. Now, there has been lots of planning, lots of work, all the way through lockdown, all the way from the beginning of the year. And of course, that does happen from a team of people, from volunteers, directors, but we have to have someone at the forefront. And we have got that person right here. We have the fantastic Hannah James, who is events manager at Ludlow Food Festival. Thank you for joining me to have a chat. But how's it been for you? Because it's a really strange time for the festival, as we know, but it must be also really strange for you because you're sort of, some things are out of your control, some things in your control. It's,
yeah,
you know.
So it's been a very strange, well, for everyone, for the whole world, very strange few months. It's been a steep learning curve, trying to make Ludlow virtual in some way. What we like to do at the festival as well, the whole point of the festival is connecting visitors with producers. So it's having those conversations, physically getting them together. Yeah. We can't do that in the same way. No. So that's why we've been having the producer conversations as a chance to get people talking about why they do, you know, what they do and why they do it. Yeah. So we are trying to get a little taste of what we do at Ludlow through all of these conversations, and hope that people will continue to support us as the festival and also the producers as an ongoing thing. In lockdown, a lot of supply chains stopped with the supermarkets, but the small producers kept people going, and I really hope everyone will carry on supporting them.
That's it. And I think, did you find you had sort of quite a lot of support, because obviously having to make decisions like, deciding you've got to cancel the festival is a big decision. It's not a small thing, and it puts a lot of pressure on everybody involved, from yourself right the way across the board. But essentially you're the one who has to communicate that. Have you had good support from everybody?
Support. We knew that people liked the festival. We knew people are very fond of it, but we didn't know they're as fond as they are. It's amazing. People were just offering all sorts of help, from producers giving all sorts of things, like things for this weekend, products for their, from their own ranges, support from chefs. Again, people are here this weekend supporting us. People like you as one of the directors.
Given the time,
there's only, to give a bit of background about the festival, there's only 2 of us in the office. Everyone else is a volunteer. So as a not-for-profit, it's very important that we're really careful with our funds and all of that sort of stuff. So we cancelled the festival when we knew it couldn't happen. We've been hoping upon hope that we would be able to do something before the end of the year. Yeah. And we will try our hardest, but only when it's safe for us, for our producers, for the volunteers and for the visitors. That's when we will come back.
Yeah, and I think that the great thing about the producer chats is talking to all the people that we have that are normally, of course, at the show, really involved in it. It's a bit of a crazy weekend where everybody's putting in all hard work, but actually that connection between everybody is something that's really important with Ludlow. That it's not just about bringing a stand, to Ludlow Food Festival and then expecting the customers to come through the door. It's about connecting with people. It's about that build up. It's also then about the relationships that they have and the collaborations they have after. And everything is developed. Even when I came and first did sort of cooking at Ludlow, I've met people like Rob. He now teaches me. You build relationships, and I think that's why Ludlow is so important for so many people.
And a lot of the producers work on their own, so it's either them or their family, and that's it. So coming to the festival and chatting to other producers and having a beer at the end of the day is really key. It sounds like a little thing, but actually that's all those connections are really important, and there's a lot of collaboration that comes out of it. And if Ludlow goes, it's we were the first ever food festival, which is really hard to imagine now. There's food festivals everywhere. So Ludlow's done its job. It's great. Annoying, we have a lot of competition sometimes, but it's a good thing overall. And it's really important that something like that keeps going, because if it goes, that's the first ever one will be ended, and that's really important, to have that part of the food landscape that will keep growing and keep offering to producers and visitors what everybody wants, which is the stories behind the products and the connections that they make with each other. Yeah,
and also as well, we obviously think of the Ludlow Food Festival being the market, being in the castle, being in that area, but actually it's not about just that. It's about bringing people to the town, obviously the local economy, the tourism, all those local businesses surrounding areas, and even further counties afield as well that benefit from it. And it's become one of those sort of iconic sort of names, really. And one of the things that sort of almost a credit to yourself really in the team, that we were chatting earlier to a lot of the producers, and we it's constantly changing. It does adapt all the time. So it's not something that's just always stayed the same. It has had that moment of going, we're going to change, we're going to adapt, we're going to tweak, we're going to, whether it's a layout, and I think that's so important. So it's, as much as it's all would have been 26 years.
Yeah.
It's also adapting and changing every year as well.
It can feel like moving an oil tanker sometimes. But it's really important. We want to always have the core elements the same. So why people come 26 years, there are people who come every single year. They wouldn't miss it. No. Volunteers, there's some people who volunteered every single year.
Wow.
So there are people that, they like the core elements. So we will always keep the message is always the same. The level of producers that we invite, all that sort of stuff will be the same. But within that, we can tweak. You learn every year. We only get one shot at getting it right. That's the thing. So I can decide all sorts of stuff on paper, and then it becomes very clear when you open the gates. That's not going to work. But it's not just me who decides that. There's Phil, who's the chair of the festival. His wife Sally, who works in the office, and there's all sorts of people. It's not just me, but there's a lot day to day that so there's a lot of work behind it. So when we cancelled this year, it was heartbreaking because we had so much fun stuff planned,
I know.
It's still there. It'll be there.
It'll come back, I'm sure. But what would it mean to you if we did lose it? That's the it is a bit heartfelt, and I know you don't want to think about it, but we do have to think about these things because we are in a situation.
I can't really imagine it. I've known the food festival my whole life, so I can't imagine it not being there.
Yeah.
I think it's a really crucial thing for the producers, for the town. I mean, the town is a busy town. It's well known anyway. It's got fantastic independent businesses, farmers markets, the normal market every week, every day. So there's loads going on anyway. But the food festival for me is the icing on the cake. It's a chance for us to promote the town throughout the year. To all sorts of people come. Very high profile chefs come because they love it. We don't pay them to come. They come because it's fun.
Yeah, exactly, because they want to be involved.
And also they want to meet food producers.
Yeah.
And we can deliver that. We have 180 over 3 days, and they love it. Yeah, it's great. I just think it would be incredibly sad. It's also my job.
Yeah,
so
exactly. You don't want that,
But I'm not here asking for money for my job. I'm asking for money as we're a not-for-profit organisation. We plough a lot back into the community indirectly through our charity. And there's I can't imagine it not happening. So if we didn't raise enough money, I think, I can't even think about it actually. No. It's too depressing.
And
there's got to be something. There's always a way. There's a silver lining somewhere.
There is, and I mean, we're doing the virtual festival to try and create more than anything awareness and obviously understanding about our producers and why we do it and all the time that people put in, so that then everybody at home can have that chance and opportunity to donate, which they can do. They can come befriend on the festival website. If you go on there's options. We're also going to be running things like we're running auctions, we're running raffles. So we're going to keep this going until we can achieve that goal, aren't we?
So even if we don't get what we need this weekend, it's an ongoing thing until we do. But we do have until December. There is a deadline.
Okay.
Because that's when we need to, that's just when
the
the
accounts.
Exactly.
So on that note, a big thank you to Hannah James from a fantastic Ludlow Food Festival. We couldn't do it without her. We couldn't run the event. But most of all, please just go onto Ludlow Food Festival website. Go and check out any of our social media presence, just to go and have a look and see if you can get some videos. Take a tip. If you enjoy it, if you like it, please share it. But most importantly, please donate anything you can so we can raise as much money as possible to get us back next year. And then if you haven't been before, you can come next year to us, and we'll be in the castle. We'll have the markets going on. Hannah will be running around crazed, but she'll be back doing what she loves like the rest of us are. So thank you very much. Please support us. Thank you, Hannah. Take care, and bye-bye.